So my good friend, my partner, my homie, he was telling me about this relationship that, he's been in for a while. That he's really, he's really feeling the girl, and he likes so many different things about her, right? But at the same time, he does his thing, and so I had to ask the question. I'm like, well, if you value her so much, like, why are you still doing, all the other different things, right? I mean, things that just kind of somewhat make it almost contradictory, towards the value that he expressed. And so he was like, man, it's like that 80-20 rule. There's it's like 80% of her, I'm really, really, really feeling, I really, really like, But then there's like another 20% that he says that for some reason he just can't get past some of the 20 that he feels is very significant, that will really connect them, that will really, make them whole, that would make her complete. So I was like, well, maybe, are you looking for like 100% perfection? Like a perfect woman? And he was like, nah, I'm not looking for the perfect woman, bro. I'm just looking for, the perfect one for me. And he was like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's 80% of, there's a 80% of her I do value and like. But the crazy thing is that 20% is very significant. That 20% is a piece and part of like my core value. It's almost like if she has the 20%, it would seem like the 80%, and the 80 would seem like the 20. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting, but it makes sense to me. And I told him, I say, man, well, for myself, I've never really been one to really embrace the 80-20 rule. So I'm like, for me, it has always been a thing to where I feel or felt that this individual just, everything about her motivates me, inspires me. It makes me want to just be with her, and it makes everything outside of her worthless, almost, in a sense. And what I mean by worthless, it's just like, it's when you get to looking at other, I'm talking to him now, like, about my perspective of the whole 80. So I'm like, it's just, when you just looking at other women, it's like you see, what they don't have versus what you have. And, and it's like, man, I wouldn't. And it just makes you unattracted to them, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, I know. That's kind of like what I'm saying, So when you ask me what all the other stuff that I'm doing, why am I doing it, despite what I'm telling you how much I care for and like this 80 that I do value about her, he was like, well, that's what I mean, that's you just basically made my point. So I'm like, well, shit. So I'm like, man, well, maybe just maybe you should talk to her and let her know that, you should, I may need to consider other possibilities in regards to the dynamic of you two's relationship, And he was, yeah, I'm thinking the same, because she's a good girl, man. She don't deserve to be hurt, you know what I'm saying? That's not even what I'm about. She doesn't deserve that. But he was like, I'm like, being honest, man. It's like, you always say, man, be committed to what makes you happy, and and also be just committed to what don't. And so it's like, he was like, man, so that's kind of like what I'm doing, what I'm saying? I'm being honest, and I think that I may need to talk to her and see, because again, I don't think she's a good woman, man. She doesn't need to be hurt, just because, that being said, I'm still waiting on the update in regards to how everything went, and the conversation, and how they concluded it, if he even had it with her or not. But one of the things that I strongly emphasize is that don't cheat yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't cheat the other person, because if you cheat yourself, you cheat the other person as well. Be committed to what makes you happy, man. Don't settle. Don't just be in something that leaves you unfulfilled. If it's for whatever reason, stop lingering on hope that things will get better, that things will change. I had read a book one time by Dr. Cornel West, and it was called Hope on a Tightrope. And one of the questions he was asked about society was like, do you believe that in the society getting better? He said, well, I'm not optimistic, because optimism is based on proof of something prior. I have reason based on certain proof that things will be better, but I don't have any proof of things will be better because there's nothing in history that shows that it really just gets better. He said, but I have hope. And one thing about hope is that if you can fill a person or a people with hope, the hope that if I take this girl out and treat her to a good time, she's laughing, we groove, and she gets this drink in her system, I really believe, I hope that she might end up in my place. Many guys have spent a bundle on that hope. And likewise, females have their own concept and examples of hope being exhibited in such a way when it don't happen, there's disappointment. Because the hope was based on an expectation that they didn't have a right to have, right? Hope. Hope is a very powerful idea, a very powerful force. If you fill people with hope, that freedom is right around the corner, you can drag them to slavery for a whole another 400 years off of hope. But if you give a person proof that things are actually changing and getting better, it's being optimistic. Hope. I say don't base your relationships on hope, but on optimism, on proof. Other than that, stay committed to what makes you happy. Gerald Hassan, the Children's Enlightening Minds Enterprise. It's just to shift your perspective.